At that point, I just accepted the fact that whatever they was going to do to me, they was going to do to me. But the only thing that was on my mind in that moment, y'all, I just didn't want my mom to find out something happened to me like this. Like, that's the only thing I could just, think about. Grab a drink, get a snack, kick your feet up and relax. Subscribe, like, and comment and all that. And tell your friend you're going to call her back. Yo, story time is finally back. Let's go! I already know y'all about to get on me in the comments. I know I've been gone for way too long with the whole move thing and just getting settled, this and that. As y'all can see, we not in the garage anymore. It's way too hot in Texas. So I think I low-key found a comfort spot in one of my closets. So y'all let me know if y'all feeling this. Like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm back at it again for the story time. I know y'all been waiting. A lot of y'all been writing me on Instagram, on TikTok. Y'all have just been going in on me, and I'm so sorry. But nonetheless, I'm here, so let's go ahead and do that. Just want to put a warning that this story time will be more on the serious side. I know y'all used to us, like laughing, giggling, and all this other stuff. But I don't want to trigger anyone. I don't want to open any, old wounds. So maybe if a situation like this or similar happened to you, this may not be the story time for you. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, boom, bam. At this time, I was working a job. I was working at UPS. I was a forklift driver. And after work, a couple of days after the week, I will go over my friend's house. We're going to call my friend, we'll just call her Sally. Short, I don't even want to say short for, because I feel like every time I bring this friend up, it makes me feel some type of way. So I'm not really going to dwell too much on that. But anyway, I used to go over Sally's house sometimes after work because my job was right there beside her house. Like we would just kick it. I wouldn't say we was like best friends, but we did. How like you have your friends that you just, you just like kicking it with them. Whatever, cool. I go over Sally's house, like normal. We would kick it. I would go home, So yeah, that's kind of just how it was. I would go over, we would kick it. I would leave, go home, go to work. Maybe if I want to go over the next day, that's just what it was. A little background information on Sally. So y'all, like, I was working a 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with it. I actually loved working back then. I loved the social skills it gave. I loved actually getting up, having responsibility, stuff like that. Sally, on the other hand, she was making her money other ways, doing things that maybe would be deemed as illegal. She was, into fast money, the fast life, stuff like that. I try not to get too deep into it because I'm like, okay, look, that's you. You grown, you do what you do. But I really, like, looking back on it, I feel like I should have just kind of dug deeper. Therefore, I would have been able to protect myself from what was about to come. So I definitely did start noticing different things with Sally. Like when I first met Sally, she was driving maybe like an older vehicle. As time went on, she started making more money, doing what she was doing. And I started noticing like just splurging. Like even one time she took me and another friend out to Miami. We stayed at the mansion in Miami. It was really nice. She paid for everything, I just, how you could just start seeing, you could definitely tell when somebody got some money. And that was definitely the situation with Sally. But still, again, I had my 9 to 5. I was working my job. I was making my own money. I was appreciative of all the stuff that Sally was doing. But at the same time, I did not know that it was going to lead to as much trouble as it did. There was even times when Sally would tell me, like, look, you need to do what I'm doing. You working at UPS, you making that little money. Like, you see me, like, I'm splurging, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But y'all, back then, it's just, one thing you can't do is peer pressure me. Like, you're not about to try to talk me into doing something. Like, I liked my job. I loved my job, actually. It was pretty cool. At that time, the money I was making, it was pretty good. It was well above minimum wage. Like, I wasn't really studying nothing Sally was saying. I'm just like, look, you do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. And that was that. Even one time, I felt like we low-key got into it because she wanted me to go into a check cashing place and do it. And I told her, like, look, I don't want no parts. You can either call somebody or do it yourself. I'm not doing that. I just wasn't interested. She eventually was just like, you know what? My bad for even asking you that. Like, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Like, I got it. I was just telling her, like, just don't put me in the mix. I don't like being in no mess, no drama. Like, I'm not slow. I know that you're doing something that's not right. I know that you're doing something that's not illegal. Why would I want to get caught up in that? So, yeah, we kind of went back and forth about that. But, we nipped it in the bud. And I should have cut her off then. But kept going, And at this point, it's probably like 3 to 4 months in. I remember like yesterday because that was actually one of the days where I just wanted to just get off work because I felt like we was in peak season. So a whole lot was going on. We had a whole lot of packages and stuff like this. So I was like, look, I'm going to go home and I'm going to lay down. But she had hit me up. She's like, hey, come over or whatever. And I'm just telling her like, I'm tired. She's like, you could take a nap when you get here. I should have went with my first mind, y'all. I should have just got off work, clocked out, and went home and went to sleep. But instead, I got off work and I drove to Sally's house. And that was the beginning where I felt like of a never-ending, man, horror story for real. So I pull up to Sally's house, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, right off bat, something just felt off. But I kept trying to tell myself, like, maybe it's because I'm so tired. Maybe it's because I had a long day of work. But now that I look back on it, it's just like maybe that was just my spirit trying to tell me, like, look, you need to go home, and you need to go home now. Because what's about to happen, not even 30 minutes of me getting there, man. Y'all, the thing about me is, like, when something feels off or when something is wrong with me, I cannot hide it. Like, no matter how hard I try. So even when I walked in the room and Sally was just laying across the bed, she was on her phone. She's like, why you looking like that? What's wrong? I'm telling her, like, I don't know. I just feel weird. Like, my body feels weird. She's like, oh, like, let me just order food or something. Like, do you think you're getting sick? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I just ate or whatever. Something just feels off to me, right? So whatever, I try to put it to the back of my mind. She starts telling me about, like, some guys that she's been talking to about how she wants to plan another trip for me and her friends. She wants to take us somewhere else, So I'm just, kind of listening, but I'm kind of getting tired. So honestly, I just started dozing off. The TV was playing. She was on her phone or whatever. Like, this is my friend's house. I'm comfortable, with sleeping over there. Yo, I was just so tired from work. So I'm like, let me take a nap. Cool. Probably within 15 minutes of me, like, being in my nap, like, I hear, like, somebody knock on the door. Now, this is why this is strange, because nobody really come over Sally's house. Like, I remember when I first started coming over Sally's house, I'm just like, dang, you don't really have, like, no visitors. So she kicked it to me, like, well, I don't really fool with too many people. I don't really let too many people inside my space, this and that. And, like, that's me. I'm the type of person. I don't really like people knowing where I live. Don't come over my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just real private, like, to myself. So I get it. So immediately I looked at her like, like, who is that? She's like, I don't know. She's like, did you tell somebody where I live? Like, did you order food? I'm like, nah, why would I tell somebody where you live? So she's like, I don't know who that is. Like, maybe it's the wrong door. So she just kind of laid there. Next thing you know, somebody knocking again. This time the knocks was like a little louder. I'm like, just go see, who at the door. She's like, nah, I'm not about to go see nothing because nobody know where I live. Nobody told me they was going to come over. So, like, I don't want nobody popping up in my crib unannounced. So they're just going to be knocking. This time, y'all, I felt like somebody literally was taking a foot, like, kicking the door. It was like, boom, boom, boom. So me and her just looking like, I'm like, bro, what the? And she's like, I really wasn't scared or really, like, wasn't tripping until, like, I saw the look on her face. She was kind of looking like, oh. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong? Next thing you know, y'all, I felt like, those things that the police officers use when they, like, try to go into somebody's house that's not opening the house. I felt like they had one of those. Because that couldn't have been like an arm or a leg knocking on the door. It was like 3 big booms. Boom, boom. And the door came flying open. Immediately, I see her jump up and she, like, ran in the closet. So I ran in the closet too because what's going on? Mind y'all, this can't be the police because they always make themselves known. And I don't know. I'm just like, bro, who is this? What's going on? I'm in the closet. She, like, put me behind her. So she's, like, in front of me telling me, like, be quiet, be quiet. You can hear 2 dudes kind of, like, talking to themselves, going back and forth. Like, where they at? Like, oh, they here. Yeah, I see the cars outside. Like, they definitely in here, whatever. Like, they going from, like, room to room. She had, I think it was a 2-bedroom apartment. Might have been 3. I can't really remember. Y'all, this happened years ago. But anyway, you could, like, hear them going through the rooms, like, tearing stuff up, breaking stuff. One guy, like, keeps saying, like, y'all better come out now. So I'm like, dang, they saying y'all. So it's like, they know I'm in here too. That's kind of crazy. They literally tearing the house up. All you hear is stuff being ripped up. You hear glass breaking. You hear them kicking stuff. So I'm whispering to her, like, do you recognize their voices? Like, she's like, no, I don't know who it is. I don't recognize their voices because, when I'm hanging around her, it's always, like, other, like, girls or whatever. Like, maybe 1 or 2 guys that she call herself talking to or whatever like that. But I'm not recognizing nobody's voice. And I'm like, dang, I need my phone. Like, when I was getting to the closet, when she was pushing me behind her, my phone dropped down by my leg. Because I'm like, we can at least, call the police or, something. Everything was just kind of, like, in a frantic because I'm just like, bro, what is going on? So finally, one of the dudes started calling Sally's name. He like, Sally, I know you in here. You might as well come out now. Like, make it easy for yourself. Like, don't make me mad. Da-da-da-da. Like, Sally, you might as well come out. I already know you in here. And a completely whole different voice is like, yeah, and you too, Star. Like, wait, me too. Like, wait, what's going on? Like, why I need to come out? Why y'all know my name? Why y'all know I'm here? Y'all, when I heard my name, literally my heart sank because I'm just like, what is going on? And it's like they was getting more and more aggressive because like we wasn't coming out. They ripping through the rooms, they breaking stuff, they punching mirrors, they checking under the beds and stuff like that. And now they finally made it to the room that we was actually hiding in. And I'm just like, oh my, like, what are we about to do? Like, seriously. All right, y'all, before we go any further, it's time to see who really locked in and who really paying attention. If you made it this far in the video, drop hearts in the chat. I don't care what color. I don't care how many hearts you drop. Let me know you paying attention. Let me know you locked in. Drop hearts. I miss y'all so much. I'm so glad that we able to get this up and running again. I'm here to stay. I'm locked in. I got so many stories to drop for y'all. I appreciate everybody that's participating, that's liking, that's subscribing, that's sharing, that's telling y'all friends and watching that work with your coworkers. All of that stuff. I really appreciate it. Drop them hearts in the chat, gang. Okay, boom. Back to the story. Like, I really even hate talking about it. But so once the guy started calling out my name personally, I knew that this had to be something. I'm just like, just trying to like nudge her, like, bro, what is going on? Like, you need to tell me. She's acting clueless. She's saying she don't know who it is, nothing like that. Mind you, the guys are in the room. They tearing stuff up. They looking under the bed. They snatching the pillows, and everything just got quiet all of a sudden. I don't know why she would move to, I guess, try to like go out the closet. Like, have you not seen the movies where they pretend like they leave but they still there? So she moves, and I instantly grab her shirt. But I'm sure that they heard, you know, like a little ruffle and scruffle. Instantly, the guy just starts beating right back by the closet. I felt like he took the butt of his boom and just started beating like right where we was at. So she was like, okay, like, I'm coming out. And I thought that was weird because it's just like, you're going to have to come get me. Like, I'm not going to make it easy for you, especially if this how it's about to go. I'm definitely not about to make it easy for you. But so anyway, she's like, yeah, I'm coming out. So, you know, she puts her hands up and she walking out of the closet. Now, from where I'm positioned in the closet, I can only see her. So I see her still with her hands up. She's like, who are y'all? What's going on? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, they have to have on masks. Either that, they have on masks, or two, she just clearly doesn't recognize who these men are. So I'm like, Mind y'all, all that's going on, and I'm still trying to get my phone so that I'm able to call 911 because I'm sure it's like where she lived at, her apartment's like, she was kind of like at the back. Everybody else was at work, I'm assuming. It was just, you never really seen too many people. So I'm not even sure if anybody even seen these guys come up. I'm not even sure if somebody else tried to call for help or something like that. All I know is I need to alert 911 because I just had a feeling that this was just going to end bad, y'all. So boom, she's telling the guys like, hey, I'm not, like, please don't hurt me. Like, whatever you want, whatever you need, like, just taking and leave. He's like, you know exactly why we here. Where the money at, Sally? She's like, what money? Y'all, all you heard was psh. Like, he open-handedly, like, smacked her. He like, the next time I hit you, I'm going to hit you with my fist closed. He's like, I'm going to ask you again, where is the money? She's like, I'm not joking around. Like, what money are you talking about? So the other guy grabs her and puts her up against the wall. So now I'm not even able to see her at all. So I'm just like, dang. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, the other guy that was calling for me or whatever, I'm just like, are they still looking for me? Like, do they feel like I'm not here? I'm thinking like I'm safe in the closet, right? So the other guy's kind of like tussling with Sally. Sally is kind of big. I'm not sure if she's like using her weight or whatever the case may be. But he's just like on her like, stop playing around. Give us the money. If you don't give us the money, we're going to hurt you. This, and that. We already know you got it. We already know you cashed big. We already know you went and cashed a check. Where the money at? He is very adamant on where the money is. Next thing you know, he was like, all right, you want to do it this way? Okay, cool. So he starts like tying her up. Like, you can literally hear her like trying to show. He like, if you move again, I'm gonna hit you again. Like, he's literally punching her. He's like, you move again, I'm gonna keep hitting you. You move again, I'm gonna keep hitting you. And then the other guy was like, hey, are you the only one here? Y'all, she got so quiet. All she could have said was no. She just got quiet. And it's like, you didn't say no, but you didn't say yes either. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, oh my God. He like, yeah, where's Star at? She might as well come on out right now. We watched her walk in here. So I know she's still here. So where's she at? Tell her to come out right now or I'm about to hit you again. Y'all, she started calling my name. Like, she like, just come on now. Just come on now. Just come on now. So I'm still like, I'm so shocked. I cannot even move. I'm just in the closet just like, oh my God. Next thing you know, all I see is a big, black, strong arm reach in the closet and literally yank me out. Y'all know I'm small. Back then, I was not even 100 pounds soaking wet. Y'all, he pulled me and I flew across the room. And I'm just like, you know what? it just got real. So as I'm flying across the room, I noticed that it's actually 3 guys. One guy in the room, he hasn't said anything this whole time. I've never heard his voice. He's just kind of standing there. Everybody has on a black ski mask. Everybody has boom booms. And it's just, and everybody is like big, like stocky. So I'm like, there's no way we can even take these. Like, if I wanted to fight for my life, I felt like I wouldn't even be able to, because there was no way I was going to overpower not 1, not 2, but 3 big, cocky, strong men. Like, y'all, I didn't even hear the guy, the one that pulled me out of the closet, that yanked me out of the closet. I didn't even hear him continuously asking me, where the money, where the money, where the money, because I literally went into shock. I felt like my body froze up. The only thing I could move really was my eyes. And that was just because I'm just trying to look at my surroundings. I'm trying to see if I noticed anyone. I'm trying to just really pick up on anything. I'm looking out the window. Nobody was at home. It was only my car and her car that was outside. Don't know where their car was or how they even pulled up. None of that. But y'all, when I finally, because I felt like he was trying to like rough me up. But the guy that never said nothing the entire time, he was like, hold up, bro. No. Don't hit her. Don't do all that. Just chill. We're going to get the money. Like, don't do all that. And I'm just looking at him like, oh. So one of them got a soft spot. So that made me feel a little bit better about the situation, because the guy that was roughing me up, he was already pulling his fist back, looking like he was about to smash my face in. And I'm just like, oh my God, mind you, I'm still in shock. I cannot talk. I cannot think. I cannot even process what's going on right now. The other guy, he's continuously hitting Sally over and over and over again. She went from saying like ouch, now to this point she's screaming, she's crying. It was just so much going on in that moment, y'all. At this point, all 3 guys just started ramshacking the room. Like, they closed the door. They obviously was, flashing their boom booms. And it's just like, okay, we knew not to move. We were sitting beside each other, and she was just like, just pray, just start praying. And I've been praying since they entered the house. So I'm just like, what's going on? Like, you don't know these people. You don't know. Like, just give them the money. Whatever money you got, just give it to them. She's like, I don't have the money. I don't know. And so the big guy that was hitting on Sally in the beginning, he's like, you know what? Yeah, y'all coming with us. So the money ain't here, but we finna go find out where the money at. We finna go to the bank. Like, come on, y'all coming with us. They started tying us up. And we was about to walk out the room. And the guy that had me, that was about to hit me, he was like, nah, put them blindfolds on. Take their shoes off. I'm not playing no more. We need that money, and y'all finna stop wasting my time. And I'm just like, oh my God, y'all, they took my shoes off. They took my socks off. Mind you, my phone is still in the closet. Was not able to get my phone. They tied us up. They had us, they put on the blindfolds, and we was walking down to like the car. So it's the 3 guys that came up to the house, and finally somebody whipped the car around. So now it's 4 guys. So it's 4 guys, 2 of us, 6 grown people in a car. Well, it was kind of like a SUV type of thing. So she started saying what money. I'm like, bro, you're irritating them. Like, please just stop talking. They have us like leaned over on them. So it would look like if you was to pull up beside us, it would look like it was just 4 guys in the car. But we was laid over in their laps. And I'm just like, oh, it was so uncomfortable. Of course, they didn't care. I could barely see. I'm steady trying to like peep through the blindfolds. One part of me want to just raise up and be like, oh my God, help. But another part of me is remembering they do have they boom booms on them. And I don't want to get hurt. I'm not trying to do anything to put myself in harm's way. But at this point, I'm just like, man, something has got to give, y'all. I was so scared. So I guess now we're on our way to the bank. The guy is telling her like, look, I'm going to go in there with you. If you do anything to try to alert somebody about what's going on or try to do anything to help, I'm going to get your daughter. We know where your daughter at. We know where your family lay their head at, this and that. So he's like, you going to go in the bank. He was telling Sally, like, you going to go in the bank and we're going to keep starting the car. If you act up, we will unalive her. Y'all, when I heard that, I'm not going to lie. Instantly, my eyes just start filling with tears because I'm just like, bro, she could easily go in there, try to call for help. She's going to be safe. She's going to be surrounded around people. They're not going to do nothing in front of, in front of all them people. Meanwhile, what about me? I'm the one that's going to be outside with them in the truck where they can easily just drive off and have their way with me. Like, once I heard that, that's when I just started like freaking out. I felt like I was doing a pretty good job, like, being calm, although I wasn't shocked. But when he said that, I'm like, oh my God, like, hold on, wait a minute. So instantly, I just started speaking up for myself. I'm like, wait, please don't do that. Like, I don't have anything to do with this. I don't have no money. I don't know nothing about no money. The guy that was roughing me up in the room, he was like, be quiet, shut up. We don't want to hear that. But the other guy was like, because I was laid over in his lap, and he's like low key whispering to me. He's like, just chill. Like, I ain't gonna let that happen to you. Like, I'm just like, dang, who is this? Like, do he know me? Or like, I was so confused, but I felt like the whole situation, he tried to handle me as soft as he knew how. But those other guys, they did not care. They like, nah, if your friend really love you, if your friend really care about you, she gonna go get that money and come out. And if not, it's gonna be over for you. I instantly started crying, y'all. That's what broke me. I'm like, well, can I at least call my mom, tell my mom I love her? I don't want my mom to worry about me. I don't want this. I don't want that to happen. Y'all, the driver was just like, F your mama. And I'm just like, what? I need a break. Tools in the comments. Tools in the comments for part 2, ski gang. Y'all want part 2? Y'all want to know what happened next? Just please drop tools in the comments, and we going to go ahead and wrap up the story time.